All right, good afternoon. I want to start because I didn't do this after the game, and I want to start by thanking our fans for Saturday. I was worried about it, fall break, and I thought our fan turnout was good. I thought our atmosphere was really good. I thought it affected Iowa State, especially in the first half offensively. They had used a couple timeouts, and I just commend everybody for showing up and being loud. I appreciate that, and I know our kids do. For the second week in a row, we took a quality opponent into the fourth quarter, and for the second week in a row, we didn't take advantage of the opportunity to win the game. And we've got to coach better. We've got to finish. Our players got to finish the games better. We're experiencing some growing pains. I think that's obvious. I will say this: I think our kids are playing with great effort. Playing really physical, and our execution and our playmaking is not what it needs to be, especially at winning time, and that occurs in the fourth quarter. I'll recap the game. I thought special teams wise, we were average. We weren't poor, but we weren't good enough to win the game. Our kickoff return unit, we lost a lot of one-on-one battles. I thought there were some opportunities there to maybe make some game-changing plays, and we did not do that. I thought the kickoff out of bounds was really hurt us. We get the pick six, and we go up 7, and then we give them really good field position by kicking the ball out of bounds there. I thought that was a key play. Some of the positives, I think now going back, this is the 5th week in a row we have not allowed a punt return yard. Thought we had really good effort in our coverage units. Thought we did a nice job getting down there on our kickoff and our punt team. And then a little thing that you all probably don't notice, but our extra point protection is much, much improved. Our field goal protection has made strides. Defensively, the negatives first was we gave up too many 10-yard plus plays. We have to do a better job getting off the field on 3rd and 4th down. We did not do a good enough job of that. I thought the positives were the pick six. I thought for really 3 quarters or more, we had Brock Purdy off his game. I thought we did some nice things in our rushing defense. They averaged 3.3 yards per carry. And we gave ourselves a chance to win defensively, again, going into the fourth quarter. Offensively, not a whole lot of positives. We were better on 3rd down, but turnovers hurt us. Our running game, it's been a struggle all year, and it was no different on Saturday. And then the biggest thing that hurt us are the negative plays. We had 12 negative plays out of 56 snaps. 3 sacks and 9 TFL. So that's not good enough. One thing I want to do is I want to point out some guys that played well. I don't always do this in losses, but I think we had some guys that played well. Special teams, 2 guys that have played at a high level all year on special teams. They continue to do so against Iowa State. That's George Campbell and Dante Bonamico. I think both of them played 17 snaps. Only 1 negative play out of those 34 between the 2 of those guys. Defensively, Josh Chandler played his best game of the year. We cut his reps down, and so he was able to play faster. We got extra reload in there some more, but Josh played his best game. I thought he showed some real positive signs, especially in the box playing. Nick Troy Fortune played 80 snaps, and for a true freshman to go in that type of game and play well, thought he had a couple PBUs, only got out of position a couple times. Really encouraging how he played. Reese Donahue played his best game of the year, had a sack. Was really active. Josh Norwood, 3 games in a row. He's been our most physical player in the secondary. I think he had 10-plus tackles. And then Reuben Jones played his best game. He was really active. And offensively, Colton McKivitz was dominant in the game. If you get a chance, go back and watch. It was fun to watch him play. I wish I could say that about more guys on offense, but I thought he is playing at an extremely high level. And so I don't want that to get lost on us not playing as good as we need to offensively. He is playing dominant. Mike Brown played his best game of the year, and then T.J. Simmons is putting 2 games together. And I thought he had some big plays. Kind of closing out, I want to give some personnel, some injury updates. I want to start off, I want to touch base on Tevin Bush. Tevin and I met earlier today. He's had a rough few months. Tevin's a good kid. He's been dealing with some lingering foot and heel issues. He's not available to play, but he and I met today and really he's made the decision he's going to enter the transfer portal at this time. I support that decision. That preserves his redshirt year. He wants to go closer to home, and that's it. And I support him and we'll help him achieve that goal. Injury-related news: Vandarius Cowan suffered a knee injury. He'll have surgery next week. He'll be out for the season. Keith Washington is still questionable for this game. He moved around a little bit yesterday in practice, but I would still deem him questionable. Austin threw a little bit yesterday. He'll throw again today. He is questionable. If he's going to play, I will let you all know. But I would say he's definitely questionable at this time. We will not play him unless he's 100%. And so I think that catches us up injury-wise. Kind of turn the page over to Oklahoma. And so Oklahoma, number 5 team in the country, unbeaten, coming off a big win in the rivalry game versus Texas. I think Lincoln's done a tremendous job there. You know, people talk, that's one of the premier jobs in the country, but I think it's also a really difficult job. And he got it. He's following a legend there in Bob Stoops, and I got a lot of respect for how he's handled that. And if you look at their football team, they've got a complete football team. They're playing well in all 3 phases right now. I think he's done a great job of putting together a staff. And so a lot of respect for what he's done there. Obviously, his record speaks for itself. Started offensively. They're the number 1 offense in the country. They've been right there at the top, 2 Heisman Trophy winners in a row. Some of the numbers look like stuff that our players play on Madden. You know, they got 9.6 yards per play, 335 passing, 286 rushing. Just, you know, it's good. I would say probably the best offense in the country. That obviously with those numbers, that goes without saying. He's put together a great offense staff. Bill Bedenbaugh, who was here as an offensive line coach, I think he does as good a job as anybody in the country. Cale Gundy's been there for a lot of years and coached a lot of big-time players at Oklahoma. You know, Dennis Simmons, he's had a number of big-time wideouts. And that leads me to, you start off with, you know, C.D. Lamb. You know, I had somebody ask me about him on the teleconference yesterday. And, you know, probably the best accolade, if there's somebody better playing the receiver position better in the country right now, I haven't seen him. And I don't watch as probably much college football as maybe even some people in this room. I'm watching coaches copy, but I haven't seen anybody that's playing at as high a level as he has. He breaks tackles. He gets open. Obviously, Jalen Hurts gets a lot of publicity and deservingly so. He's running the ball well. He's got that offense really rolling right now. In their offensive line, even though they're coming back and replacing a lot of starters off last year's group, they're playing at a high level, and they've got depth at running back. So I'm not telling you anything that anybody in this room doesn't already know. They're good on offense. All right. Defensively, much improved. I think that's where the story is for them this season. Credit to Coach Grinch and that defensive staff. They're playing hard. They run extremely well. They're multiple in their looks. I think there's a couple guys that really stick out when you turn it on. Their nose guard, Gallimore, he has been a real difficult block for everybody they've played against. He's defeating double teams. I mean, he's penetrating in rushing defense and getting after the passer. Their Mike linebacker, Murray, runs extremely well. He's making plays sideline to sideline. I think their corners are playing really aggressive. I think they've made big strides since last year. Turned over to special teams. They're good on all their units. Their kickoff returner, Trey Brown's their starting corner. You know, he's a guy that was a track star in high school. He's a threat anytime, big-time speed. And then Lamb is their punt returner. So I've already talked about him. And he had one called back against Kansas. He's a threat anytime. So we've got to do a great job in our coverage units, needless to say. But looking forward to getting our team better this week, really. You know, we're disappointed. We've had back-to-back home losses here. We're disappointed. But it's not doom and gloom in this building. I'll say that. Not down and out. We've lost, if you look at our record, we're 3-3. We've lost 3 really good teams. I would argue that 3 of the top 25 teams in the country. We're playing 21 freshmen and sophomores right now. I didn't even know until Monty pointed out to me. We started 6 redshirt or true freshmen on offense on Saturday. And our guys are competing. We're getting better. We'd like it for it to happen a little faster than it's happening, but we're not disappointed. We're going to get our guys ready, and we're looking forward to finishing strong. And it starts this week with a tremendous challenge, but a great opportunity when we go to Norman. So with that, I'll open it up to questions.
Neal, what Oklahoma does offensively